From Nutrien Ag Solutions, this is Senior Meteorologist Andrew Pritchard with your Canadian Prairie weather story for Monday, September 13th, 2021. We're advisory free across the Prairie provinces here on this Monday morning. We've got a frontal boundary making its way across the southern border of Saskatchewan and Manitoba, the upper level low, moving into northern Manitoba here on Monday morning. A lot of shower and thunderstorm activity associated with this frontal boundary across portions of the northern plains of the U.S., but just some very light showers making their way across southwestern portions or into southwestern portions of Manitoba, out of southeastern portions of Saskatchewan. Again, much of this precipitation very light hit and miss in nature. Now we'll take a look at the NAM model that'll show us this frontal boundary exiting the area as we head through the rest of the day today. We then end up with a little bit of a lull, some quiet conditions here as we head into the overnight. A lot of sunshine across the Prairie as we head into the day on Tuesday. As we get into Tuesday night, Wednesday, early on Thursday, another upper level disturbance is going to quickly make its way across the region. But as we zoom out here in a moment here, looking at this forecast for the next 5 to 10 days, really not a great path, really not a great setup to get widespread soaking rains. So the pattern remains active, but you see this system sneak through Tuesday night through Thursday morning. Very little in the way of impactful precipitation. We're going to look for very, isolated, widely scattered showers and storms with another lull, clear conditions on the backside here. So good opportunity to continue with the fall field work here, not looking at any sort of pivot toward widespread soaking rains as we head through the next 5 to 10 days. Now, as we look at the total precipitation forecast between Monday and midday on Thursday from the high-resolution NAM model, again, much of the frontal boundary-associated precipitation pushes out of here over the next 12 hours. We then see the next disturbance make its way in here Tuesday night, Wednesday into Thursday, but dry across the primary Prairie region. We'll compare the NAM on the left with the European model on the right. Very similar picture here, both depicting very dry conditions across the primary Prairie region. If anyone's going to be, picking up significant precipitation or at least measurable widespread precipitation, it's going to be kind of this Peace River. Drawing a blank here on Monday morning. Peace River to Edmonton, looking like the corridor here that could see maybe 10 to 15 millimeters of precipitation, maybe around a half of an inch, maybe some light shower activity making its way as far south as the Calgary vicinity, again, Tuesday night into Wednesday as well. But next 5 days on top, days 5 to 10 on the bottom, both depicting generally quiet conditions, generally dry conditions, opportunities for showers and storms with each of these frontal boundaries every 2 to 3 days. We have another one this weekend, but just not the trajectory that's going to be resulting in widespread, significant precipitation across the region. So here's what we've got as we head through the next week. We're looking at the 500 millibar height anomalies, mid-levels of our jet stream. Here is the disturbance making its way through right now. You see the blue shading there, the inverted, it's not inverted, the U shape. You see another system waiting off in the wings here. That's going to be the one that moves through here Tuesday night into Wednesday, and then we'll see a third disturbance make its way in as we get into the weekend. So we'll hit play on this. We'll bring it back, go slower here Tuesday, getting into Wednesday. Here's our lull, a little bit of subtle ridging here as we head into Tuesday, quiet day across much of the region. And then here's our Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday trough that comes swinging through. This one makes its way out of here by the end of the week, and then here comes another disturbance trying to make its way in as we get into the weekend. Now, when I talk about, the pattern remaining progressive, we continue to keep things moving. We're not ending up, blocked. We don't have a cutoff low. We don't have persistent ridging. But when we see systems coming out of the northwest, this is just not a trajectory that ends up in a lot of widespread precipitation. So we're active in terms of storm systems tracking across the region. We'll feel that impact with temperatures. There could be breezy winds at times as we head through the next week or so. And again, that chance for some isolated or widely scattered showers and storms. But really, when we're coming out of the northwest, we're really feeling the impact of the rain shadow there with the Rockies. It's often a trajectory out of the southwest where we see our troughs able to tap a little bit more into the Gulf of Mexico off to the south that allows us to do more in the way of widespread soaking rains across the region. But when we're talking about systems swinging out of the northwest, we're bringing some Pacific moisture with it, but then we're wringing a lot of that out here as this system makes its way across the Rockies, and then we end up with, again, a dry corridor across the Prairie. So here's the upper level winds, 500 millibar winds as we head through the next 7 to 10 days, showing a very similar pattern, a very similar story. Here's our system making its way through right now, the very light shower activity moving through Manitoba today. See that lull on the backside before our next disturbance comes sweeping in here Tuesday night into Wednesday and Thursday, again from northwest to southeast across the region before it kind of winds up across the Hudson Bay. And then we see this next area. Look at the very strong jet stream winds off the Pacific coast as we get into Friday morning. This disturbance will try to make its way in here as we get into the weekend. Maybe a slightly more favorable alignment here for more in the way of shower and storm activity as we head into the weekend, perhaps early next week, but this is still 5 to 7 days out there. We'll just wait on the specifics with this one, but that's a slightly better alignment, maybe a little bit more favorable for more in the way of scattered shower and storm activity. Now we'll look at the precipitation forecast and tie all of this together as we wrap it up. Heading through the day today, again, very light shower activity across southern portions of Manitoba, a dry lull on the backside for us on Tuesday. By Tuesday night, shower and storm activity starts to make its way into the Peace River, the Edmonton area, maybe some light showers, cold rain, maybe a few snowflakes in the high elevations here in western Alberta as we head into Wednesday morning. You can see the front here extending off to the south, the area of low pressure off to the north. We'll see that widely isolated scattered shower and storm activity continue to move west to east across the prairie as we get into Thursday morning. On the backside here, maybe a bit blustery, probably going to be a bit cooler as we head into the last half of the week in many areas. And then here comes the next potential precipitation maker as we get into the end of the week and the weekend. So the next 10 days, the European on the left, GFS on the right, both with a big dry corridor across the Prairie provinces. We've really in-depth covered why that is. Peace River, Edmonton, north of Highway 16, better chance for showers midweek. And then as we look at the probability of picking up more than 1 inch of rainfall between now and September 22nd, the next 10 days, again, very low probability as we talk about the prairie. Higher elevations, likely looking at some rain, maybe some cold snow. And then as you head into northern portions of Saskatchewan and Manitoba, a better chance for some soaking rain there as well. Look at this sad face up here in northeastern Saskatchewan. Wonder what that's about. Some sad feelings there with the cold rain, maybe dreading the change from summer into fall. Your temperatures as we head through the middle part of the week, they're going to be trending downward. We'll go ahead and jump and look at the 10-day high and low temperature forecast from some of our select cities. Calgary, you see that downtrend as we get into Wednesday. High of 20 on Tuesday, 13 on Wednesday. Similar story here in Edmonton, trending down as we head through the last half of the week. 20 on Tuesday, 13 on Wednesday. It's a day later, but same thing as you look at Regina, 23 to 16 Wednesday to Thursday. Looking at that drop in Saskatoon. And then in Winnipeg, a little more steady, those highs in the upper teens to the lower 20s as we head through the rest of the week.